Greetings everyone and welcome to your reading for March. Hey Virgo, this is your reading, so warm welcome to you all. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. We are using the 4 Rider-Waite cards, then 4 other cards underneath for clarifiers. Now before I started the reading, I did some intuitive work for you. You came up with some words. Interesting, we had the word guilt and the yellow chakra, number 3, and also the gut. Yellow chakra is the 3rd one in the body. It's also about gut instinct, trusting your gut instincts more, and also was about releasing your guilt and knowing that it has taken you to the journey that you are on. So we shall shuffle the cards for you, Virgo, and see what else is in store for you for your reading. March is an interesting month. It is a month of change on the planet. The seasonal changes take place from winter to spring and from summer to autumn. We have also just been through the 2 eclipses in February, so there is quite a lot of action and potential change around us in this month of March, especially for this year of 2018. Your first card is the 8 of Pentacles reversed. Your next card is the 8 of Cups. Your next card is a major arcana, the Star. And your 4th card is another 8, the 8 of Swords. So the number 8 could be quite relevant for you guys in the month, whether or not you want to ponder upon that and see what the thoughts are that come up. 8 is the never-ending number. I think it's quite a karmic number. It tells us that we can be recycling through situations, emotions, or we can also see people coming back into our life that we may not have seen, or experience feelings around those relationships from the past as well. Let us see what these cards are now. Financial constraints, strategy. 3 cards have actually come out there together, and we would have only had 2. So the first one will go with the Angel of Balance, which is very, very interesting because this card here talks about angels and the need for balance. So those 2 are really talking together. This one is Journey, and this one is number 18, and it's anxiety, and this card is anxiety. So there's a lot of synchronicity going on within your reading. It seems to me there are some powerful connectors here for your reading. We will start from the left hand side and we will work down the 2 columns because that's how we are gaining our clarifiers. There's no set time dimension within the reading. This is quite free flowing, so it can occur, or the messages can literally be taken through any part of the month. And as well, I get the feeling that this will be moving you into the months ahead as well. As I say, I think March is quite a transitory month, given that we've just come out of the 2 eclipses. So the eclipses tend to give us the symptoms and the energy and the free flow for moving through for the rest of the year. Coming to that 8 of Pentacles reversed, and then your financial constraints underneath, I think they're kind of talking a little bit there synchronistically about the same subject. So when we see the 8 of Pentacles reversed, we can clearly see he is methodically working away on his money or his finances. He is often considered an earth sign energy, just like yourselves, and he is considered that he has been approaching things with due diligence in life, the very way that a Virgo would normally do things. Practical, logical, thoughtful, and hard-working and dedicated, taking the time. However, it appears with this financial constraints and that 8 of Pentacles upside down, there may have been some glitch going on here with your financial sector. Now, this could also be included in your realm of career. Some of you may be finding things like you might have asked for a pay rise and it's not coming, or you may have been told your hours have been reduced at your job and you're finding you have a little less finances around. Some of you may have had to spend some money on something unexpected, like a big bill that came in, or a tax bill that you haven't paid for a while, or you may have had to loan some money out to someone as well to help support them or nurture them. It just feels that things are a little bit tight. This financial constraints down here, rather an interesting photo of the cobwebs all over the cupboard, and the cupboard doors are open and the shelves are empty. So it's about also possibly saying that your reserves haven't been topped up enough, or that you have been pulling on some reserves and you need to think about re-topping them up or reinvesting them somewhere. So those are different thought perspectives that could be coming in here, and something for you all to perhaps contemplate or think about. As well, with that reversed Eight of Pentacles at the top, I get the feeling that some of you could have issues to do with your physical body in and around your hips, legs, thighs, or your bowel or your stomach. Some of you might be recently diagnosed as a celiac or have some sort of bowel issue that you are getting looked at. It could also refer to, for women in particular, changes in your menstrual cycles or your ovaries or things like that. Some of you may have been attempting to find a pregnancy or to become pregnant, and you may have had a problem with that as well. Now, moving on to the next two, we have the Eight of Cups and we have the Strategy. So the Eight of Cups is often about turning our back onto from something and walking away to start in a new direction. I don't really mind the Eight of Cups, but a lot of people find it confronting, or that there's a degree of sadness. I actually find that the card has a degree of strength within it. Now, I notice too, right next to each other, we have this ecliptical moon up here, and we also have the stars. They're both from the celestial realm of life, and we also have a moon down here, and I think they really are referring to the fact that a lot of you may have been awakened or had some new possible paradigms or thought energies come to you through these recent eclipses that we've had. But coming back to the Eight of Cups, this can be about relationships and moving on from ones that haven't suited you. Oftentimes it denotes an imbalance because there have been 5 cups down here and 3 on the top. Sometimes this suggests that someone has been giving too much in a relationship or working too hard, and the other party aren't that interested, and oftentimes it's you who's been the one doing the hard work. So we take ourselves on this new journey. We turn our back on something that hasn't been working fundamentally the way it should be. Now, this can be a physical walking out, or it can be a new direction to try and make a relationship work. And using a strategy is exactly what would be the great way of doing that. So basically the strategy card is telling you fairly much, because there is a journal there and there is the feather, which is kind of an indicator of writing. It's suggesting to you to really make some strong directions or formats in these changes that you want to implement, either in relationship sector or in areas that you are passionate about in your life, things that make your heart connect, that you get really fired up about. So using strategy and actually forming something specifically, like these are the points. I'm going to start at 1, work my way through 2, get to 3, reassess it at 4, check the direction at 5. This could be very good in helping a long-term goal get you to the next stages that you want to get to. If we move to the next card, the Star, it is your major arcana card in the reading. It is a beloved card, often I think because when we see all these beautiful stars up here and the one above her head, it's kind of like saying that you have celestial support on your journey. Now, this can quite often be in the way of guardian angels or higher angelic beings, as well as spirit guides. It can often portend, again, new direction or new ideas coming in. It does refer often to balance, and it's very interesting that the Angel of Balance has turned up beneath her. She also holds a portal of beautiful fluid or liquid in front of her, and she has 3 pyramids behind her. This one here has the portals of water. She's pouring the balance and trying to balance, the fluid side of our life and the solid grounded side of our life. So it talks to us very much about our emotions, our state of being, our mental and physical health, and our emotional health, as well as our spiritual. The other thing that I often find with this card is that it can refer literally to things like diet. So if any of you feel as though you have been indulging in something too much and you need to bring more balance in or more harmony, you might be tempted to do this at this time. And that can be things like especially rehydrating your body with water. That's a really good way of reducing toxins in our body and getting more free flow. It's also the possibility of uplifting new forms of exercise or movement, which also helps in turn to create creativity. So the angel of balance, just like the star, is reaffirming that there is more balance coming into your life, especially if you feel that things may have been out of balance, and we looked at that over here with the financial constraints and possibly this pondering about walking away from an unbalanced situation. So the star card and I assume the angel of balance both have this lovely benevolence about them, about giving protection, overall greater celestial protection to you around subject matters in your life that you would like to have more harmony or more free flow activity in. So that you've got kind of a double whammy of that in your reading, and I think that is really lovely and positive. There's some golden energy light coming from the reading for you. We come to this last bunch over here, this sort of triangle of energy, and we've got the 8 of Swords, the 2 which is journey, and the 18 which is anxiety. Well, these two are basically duplicating the same thing. So the 8 of Swords is often talks about the fact that we wind ourselves up into our own loaded and locked position because of our fears and worries, and predominantly anxiety about future change or prospect. We feel as though we can't see a way out, and we don't know how we got stuck in there, and we're often really restricted and feeling tense, panic attacks, things like that can happen at these times. But what we need to do is take the time to slow down, calm down, use your Virgo logic and actually think the situation through. It's not that bad. There is a way out, and the way out comes from within. So again, if you have any things like the guilt feelings about something that you might be wanting to do or changes you want to make, you have to kind of jump on the bandwagon of yourself. You have to think of yourself first and put yourself into the position of knowing that these decisions that need to be made or these new directions that you want to go in are going to be leading you on the next journey of your life. And this is where the journey card comes in. And if we push those two up there a little bit and we look focus a little bit more on the journey, we see this almost sort of beautiful vision as of a dream. There's a woman walking across a bridge. She has some suitcases with her. She is lit by the street lanterns and holding a beautiful crystal lantern up here, and there are the street signs with many different directions she can take. So in fact, life isn't as locked as you might think. Life hasn't got as fewer opportunities as you might ponder. The world is open to us. There are many journeys that we can choose to go on when we drop away any fear, anxiety, worry or guilt. The journeys become magical, and they're there for us to experience and enjoy. So for some of you, this could be portending to a shift that you are making. Some of you might be leaving your home, leaving friends and family behind. You may be moving out of relationships and into new ones, or you might be just moving out on your own, traveling, going overseas, buying a new home, shifting to a new state or a new country, immigration. There could be all of these amazing prospects that some of you Virgo people are contemplating or possibly undertaking at this stage. The journey may be a new personal journey, a journey of growth, of inner growth, it might be a journey even pertaining to your career. It might even be the journey of retirement. There are many, many different ways that you can look into this and view it, but I think that it just gives you the inspiration to let go of any of this self-doubt and self-worry and know that all new journeys are filled with awe and inspiration and new possibilities. So there we are, Virgo. I hope you've really enjoyed the reading. There's a lot of interesting information for you, but I do feel you do have a lot of protective energies around you to help you move into whatever space it is that you're choosing to go to. So thanks for joining me, guys. I love reading your comments. Please leave them. And also sub the channel so it's easier for you to find the videos when I upload them. Hey guys, wishing you all the best for a very successful, guilt-free, anxiety-free March ahead, leading you into the future journeys with the guiding light of the star. Much love, everyone. Namaste.